I did want to touch on something that happened locally.
Yeah,
not to
shoot.
bring it down again, but the March for Our Lives posted this on Twitter in response to the mass shooting that happened in New York last night. Another mass shooting brought to you by American gun makers. Midtown Manhattan, 4 people dead, 1 critically wounded. The shooter used an AR-15 rifle, the weapon of choice in nearly every mass shooting in America.
M4, an M4, y'all.
Okay. So, yeah, it was another mass shooting here in my hometown. You know, it happens way too often. Ben Dixon, who's also part of this space, has been hammering every day the lawmakers in Minnesota who were killed. And just it came out recently that the police response, they waited over an hour when they saw the gunman go in, or when they saw the gunman come out. They still waited an hour to go in. Yeah.
Stop.
Very much Uvalde.
You
all
lying.
Over again.
What?
Uvalde all over again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
that's not good.
I wouldn't be surprised if when more details come out about this, that cops didn't move in to the building till way later. You know, they're scared. They're chicken shit, and they shouldn't have that job if you're that chicken shit.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the end of the day.
At least, you know, from what we've seen in the videos so far, it looks like they were pretty on it. They were pretty reactive. And very, from what we've seen, they were very prompt.
And from what we've seen, it's the NYPD providing footage.
Right, that's true too. But there was also a lot of live footage, a lot of live streams, a lot of YouTubers that were live streaming out there showing everything. It looked pretty, you know, like they were just responding.
NYPD can definitely lock down a block. No doubt.
No doubt. So I mean, I guess we'll see about that. I mean, my thing is, you know, obviously, you know, thoughts and prayers to everybody who lost someone or who has lost their life in that situation. I can't even imagine. It was a really, you know, I could see it was a very, very scary situation. But my thing that really pisses me off, what grinds my gears more than anything in the world, is the fact that what we're learning about this actual shooter to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy that clearly had a history of mental health issues. They even said that. He had a documented history of mental health. How in the hell did this guy get his hands on a very powerful weapon like an AR-15 or an M4? How does one get that? You see what I'm saying? So either he got it illegally or he bought it legally, and, you know, there's no background check on the fact that he's been locked up.
And that's why I brought up the March for Our Lives tweet, because they hit the nail on the head. It's the gun makers. The gun makers have lobbyists who pay off politicians or donate to politicians, you know, legal bribery,
right,
and make the gun laws lax where they can, so they can sell more. But then I don't think any kind of rifle should be legal to have in your house. I think if you want a rifle for hunting or sport shooting, you keep it at the lodge where the hunting happens or the target practice happens.
That's not a bad idea.
A home defense gun, you have a 6-shooter or a 12-shooter, whatever, handgun.
Yeah.
Still can be dangerous, still can be used, but like,
you can do some damage.
At least it's not as much. It's not as much. I remember Joe Biden years ago, after Sandy Hook, made a cut of ads saying, buy a shotgun. Buy a shotgun. And a shotgun and like a Glock in the house, okay? Anything else, anything more calibers, bigger magazines, keep it at the hunting lodge or the target practice lodge.
See, and somebody just said this in here, Etch just said, what you hunting with an M4 really? Yeah. I mean, I agree 110%. I mean, like, what are you needing that heavy artillery for? It's not like you're going out here. It ain't the zombie apocalypse. You see what I'm saying? And then it's also like, to you lobbyists out here, right, that are out there in the strip club with that lawmaker, okay, or with that gun person or whatever. How about this? While he's got the boobies in his face, why don't you turn to that person and say, hey, how about you change the laws for this really quick? You know, how about we do a background check on mental health to make sure that these types of heavy artillery, this kind of heavy artillery, does not get into the hands of the wrong people. I'm just being real. Those lobbyists that are doing all the legal bribing, okay, because that's clearly what they're doing. It's legal bribing. They're out there, they're kicking it, they're schmoozing. That's what they are. They schmooze, they drink colors, they talk trash, and they try to make things move for their lawmakers. How about you go while you're at the strip club with these guys doing lines? God knows what else you're doing, and I'm sure it's a crazy time. How about do it for the good and try to control some of the craziness that's going on? I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real.
I think the lawmakers should, like, and this is my being a devil's advocate. This is my being a devil's advocate. No, it's right.
Boobies are fantastic, okay? Boobies can make any man say yes, okay? The right kind of boobies. Magical. Okay, they are magical, and the right kind of woman too. The right kind of man, the right kind of woman. Okay, they can definitely say yes to the right kind of boobies. Okay, just saying. Now, you know, but
this is me playing devil's advocate and being kind to the gun owners, to the people who like to collect guns. I collect comics. I collect video games. I understand what it's like to collect things.
Super lethal though. For your libido.
Super lethal fucking Pokemon cards.
For your libido, though. You know what I'm saying? Just for your libido.
So you want to have a collection, fine. You have it at the fucking range.
Yeah.
And you bring your buddies, you got a couple beers. Hey, here's my locker with all my guns. I got the 1917 right there. Like, you keep it there. Or
crazy
if you want to keep it in your house, no ammo. There's no ammo in your house.
No, it makes sense.
And checked. Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, you know, CPS is an institution that needs a lot of retooling, but like a regular unscheduled check, you know, on a kid, on a child. If you're a registered gun owner, there's going to be unscheduled checks that guns are safely put away, stuff like that.
Okay, so great idea. Okay, I commend you. I give you a gold star for the effort.
I'm just shooting
stuff. No. You're good. Hey, there's no wrong answer, right? And there's no go-to problem solver for this whole thing, unfortunately. But let's talk about that. You say CPS, and I know you said, you know, CPS has its own problems, and it does. Yeah. But think about this for a second. If they were to treat it like the CPS, there are so many houses that are being overlooked on how they're treating their children, right? Like CPS workers aren't actually, social workers, et cetera, aren't really going and doing their due diligence, doing checkups on those families, checkups on those kids. There's plenty of kids that are being kind of neglected. So, so the idea that you have, unfortunately, there's not enough people to do that job. Do you know how many guns are out here, man? You know how many?
I can't imagine.
There's a lot. There's a lot. So you'd have to have a lot of people hired to do that job.
That's a job.
Keep an eye on the Joneses and the Johnsons, you know, within the same neighborhood, including
make it a government job.
Everybody else.
Make it a government job, and it pays well.
Well, here's the thing, though.
And it's funded.
I mean, CPS is a government job, ain't it?
And you know what I'm saying? And it needs to be funded and have more staff and more training.
Yeah, I mean unfortunately, we live in a world where money means go, right? Green means go. And if the job isn't paying well enough, people aren't going to do their job. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's so something like that. I'm not knocking the idea.
No.
It's a good idea, but I can see it just kind of falling through the cracks, people just getting lackadaisical, people becoming complacent with their weapons, and then we're back to ground zero. I think all over again. You see what I'm saying?
Think all this is with the caveat that this would be a well-funded agency that would operate at peak efficiency. And even with that, yes, there's going to have slips through the cracks and whatnot. But I think even just the idea of, hey, if you own a gun, you might get randomly checked would make people a little, you know, clean up a little bit, act right, a little more.
You'd think.
You'd
You'd
think.
think.
Like,
And
look,
you'd hope.
in New York, we got congestion pricing. So it means like if you go above a certain street in Manhattan or come across any bridge into Manhattan, you're charged $9. It has, and to my wife's detriment, because she's the driver in the family, it has actually reduced traffic because people think twice about instead of driving in, maybe I'll take the train, maybe I'll take the bus, maybe I'll only come into the city this many days. And it has its faults. You know, truck drivers are like, we got to make deliveries, and now you're just going to charge us extra.
Right.
Deliveries that we've been doing, like, it's not perfect, but it does incentivize people. Hey, maybe don't use your car, just a little, and even just a little nudge, I think, can make it'll be better than it is now. Maybe not much better, but better.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you still got a crap ton of people driving into New York no matter what. But at the same time, $9 is damn, that's a lot of money. Okay. I'm sorry.
It is.
How much is it for a subway ride now? For one subway ride?
Like $250.
It's $250. Damn, that's expensive too. It just went up. That's crazy. But yeah, you know what I mean? So I guess, you know, $250 definitely beats $9. Yeah. Especially if you got to go in and out all the time. That would be a pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, here it is. When it comes to gun laws, when it comes to gun control, et cetera, I mean, there is no definitive answer. There is no go-to kumbaya moment that everyone's going to agree on and it's going to make everybody happy. Sure. But right now, what's frustrating me more than anything in the world is that there isn't red tape and certain things implemented to make sure that these guns are not in the hands of dangerous people. That's the problem. They always say it's the person, it's not the gun. Okay, fine. But when you got somebody like this Shane Tamura walking into a building because he really wants to send a message to the NFL by shooting up the place with an M4, and he has a history of mental health, which sounds like he had a history of violent moments that got him locked up for at least 72 hours. There's no reason why this guy should have a weapon in his hands in the first place. A lot of these guys are that we've seen in mass tragedies like school tragedies, going to a park, going into these various areas. A lot of times these guys and their mental health goes unnoticed, unchecked, flies under the radar, right? They're quiet people that keep to themselves, right? Never had any moment where they've been locked up, but they're still able to get the guns because the background check doesn't show the red flags about them being locked up. But this guy, Shane, he had a record that should have been acknowledged, and that should have been an absolute red flag and a way to stop him from actually obtaining an M4 rifle in the first freaking place.
I would be interested to find out where he got
that needs to be figured out. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I'd be interested to learn where he got the gun. Because did he get it in Nevada and then fly with it to New York?
He drove. Oh, no. Oh, baby. Let me tell you the story real quick. No, he drove, baby.
Wow.
He drove all the way from Las Vegas. He drove multiple days across many states, pulled up into New York, where he stopped and double parked right outside 345 Park Avenue. So he drove straight from Nevada, Las Vegas, to New York, pulled up in that mug, double parked because he knew he wasn't coming back, got into the building, and then he caused a whole bunch of tragedies.
Got off on the wrong floor.
This mother lover had a plan. He knew, and he got off on the wrong floor. Okay, he took the wrong elevator, and it took him to the wrong floor. In a way, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but regardless, this dude planned this whole thing out, hopped into a car, drove, did a road trip with the weapons, all of it in the car, got into New York City. And what's crazy is that it's not like he stayed at a motel. It's not like he hung at a Holiday Inn. Okay, no. He pulled into New York City, and as soon as he got into New York City, he pulled up and he caused that tragedy. No hesitation, no pumping the brakes.
That's crazy.
No second thoughts. This is exactly what he came into New York City to do, and he exacted everything he wanted to do for the most part.
I
So
think
again,
Adam
absolutely crazy.
Right here is right. A tool that would be useful would be militia regulations. The right to bear arms is part of the Second Amendment. So I suggest militia requirements like training, mental health checks, domestic violence checks, etc.
Okay, I'm with that.
Watch this